Welcome to the BFF Report. I'm your host, Mike B, aka Phony, and today we're going to talk about a game called Trials Evolution. It's available on the Xbox Live Arcade. Now, the reason why we're covering this game is because I feel bad that I never ever covered a game called Dungeon Defenders, which is an amazing game. I feel like everybody was talking about it, so I was like, you know what, everybody else is talking about it. I'm gonna go ahead and just play the game and just enjoy it myself, and I'm never gonna do a review on it or anything or any kind of content. I did nothing on it. I simply bought it 6 different times on several different platforms and then played the crap out of it. Today, I'm changing my tune. I'm gonna talk about a game that I actually enjoy, and I'm gonna show you guys why I enjoy it. So this game, Trials Evolution, is a mix of, I would say, Excitebike and Gary's mod. I think that's kind of fair. Let's take a look. Now on the surface, you're probably looking at this thing and you're saying, it's a motorcycle game taking it from point A to point B across various tracks and all that. How fun could this possibly be? How deep can it possibly go? I'm here to tell you that I'm sitting here right now looking at the list of things I need to talk about, and I'm trying to figure out what I should cover first. So let's go ahead and maybe knock out the general stuff. Price, $15, which is equivalent to 1,200 Microsoft points, and it's only available right now on the Xbox Live Arcade, and that's it. You can't buy a box for it. Can't get it on the PC. There was a Trials game that's available for PC, Trials 2 2nd Edition. And, you know, if you guys want to get into this kind of action, if you're a PC player, then you can probably pick that up for pretty cheap. It's like $10 as a matter of fact. And it's distributed by Ubisoft. So if it does come to PC, we do know that they have a history of having some pretty poor DRM. So hopefully when it does eventually make it that way, we're all hoping it does, that they leave that whole crazy DRM thing out of it. Now, the original Trials is all about leaderboards. It's about getting the best time you possibly can on a certain map and just owning up that leaderboard and seeing where you rank amongst other players. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the easy map. This is the first map you go through, and I'm going to just kind of casually go through it, you know, pushing as hard as I can because I'm trying to beat my previous time. And I'm doing pretty good. Got a 450cc bike, fully customized character and bike color and all that stuff. Not fully, mind you. There's actually multiple levels that I haven't even discovered how to unlock them yet, which you're gonna see some of this in just a minute. But anyways, I'm running through this map. Mr. Xu Xing there is a little bit ahead of me, but right here, this is the finish line. Okay, he beat me, but I could probably go back again and tighten up my game a little bit and complete this at a better time. Now, what's nice about this is the leaderboards allow you to go through and view the replay of somebody who's number 1. So Mind Over Body here, let's go ahead and take a look at how he runs through the same map that I just did. Right off the bat, I knew he was in trouble when he pulls this front flip at the beginning for no reason whatsoever. As a matter of fact, he spends majority of this race hardly touching the front wheel to the ground or the back wheel or whichever one. It's basically he's just kind of taking turns most of the time. See, the front wheel is off the ground that entire run right there. Here, it finally touches. Great. Here again, front flip, sure, why not? And then one last time, does a nice little tuck and roll right there to the finish line. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with challenging the leaderboards. You could challenge them, or you could also challenge your friends. As you can see, the ghost in the previous recording, you saw that I was running up against one of the people on my friends list. Granted, only a couple people on my list have this game right now. Hopefully that changes soon. But just the fact that you can filter it down like that makes it not feel so disheartening whenever you rank number 65,753. Now, this is one of the extreme ranked tracks, one of the more difficult ones. If I'd spent more time on this, I might have actually been able to get this, but I decided to not show myself being a complete idiot multiple times in a row and back out. And let's go ahead and see who's at the top of the leaderboards here. Oh, shocker, Mind Over Body again. Let's go ahead and watch his time, and you'll see the difference between the beginning tracks and the ending tracks. And obviously, there's lots and lots of in-betweens here. Lots of single-player content for you guys to go through and just enjoy on your own. Again, challenging yourself, challenging your friends, and of course, challenging Mr. Mind Over Body here. Look at this guy. It's completely ridiculous. Now, as I've said, you could pretty much do all of this with enough practice. You just have to get used to the controls and just sit there and just kind of try over and over again and just have just an ungodly amount of patience in order to get through stuff like what this guy's doing. And this isn't even the most extreme that I've seen. There's stuff that is so insane. You know what? I'm gonna go find footage of it. Found it. Okay, so everything up to this point has been pretty run-of-the-mill. Okay, I can deal with it. This right here, this little strange sliding thing, okay, I can deal with that too, no problem. Fall back onto this, no big deal. Strange little hook thing, all right, we're getting a little bit weird. And then this happens, okay? Really? Okay, and then we switch to this here. This I could deal with, okay? You're gonna go and give it a little bit of throttle, pull it back, and then use the momentum there. And then what? Now keep in mind, this is not only created by a user, like a player of the game, but it's also been created using the internal game editor. As a matter of fact, a little bit of Today I Learned here, the guys who made this game created all of the maps that you play, all of the tracks, using the in-game editors. Let's take a look at that. Now there are two editors, the Lite and the Pro. There's pretty massive difference between the two, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of briefly go over both of them because I am not good at making anything on this. Floating log, sure, that makes a whole lot of sense. But what this map really needs, I think, is just a whole bunch of these logs all over the place. There we go. This should be very easy. You know what? No, actually, wait, no, we need some more. How about fire? Fire makes everything cooler. Let's go ahead and put fire right over here in the back. Okay, that's good. Okay, now, God, what else can I put here? Something to really spice things up. Oh, I know, fish. Flying fish, I suppose. Right here, this looks good. All right, now, let's go ahead and test out my new map. All right, the fire looks good in the back. Let's see if I can tackle all these logs. Booyah, flying fish. Amazing, amazing. I can do anything I want in this game because of this editor. Make it over a couple more sets of these logs, and I'm home free. Oh, this looks like a problem. Oh, I might have to fix that. In the meantime, let's do the backstroke down the hill. Lifeless body, go. Man, I don't even know if I should waste your time showing you guys the Pro Editor because I'm not that amazing at it. Here, like I set up a bunch of cop cars, you can hear the alarms going off. I set pathing up so I can actually turn the motorcycle here. I'm not turning it again, it's the path that's doing it. And then I didn't really add anything over here. I'm going through a basketball court and then I'm just gonna go ahead and have a seat. Now, flipping through some of the skill games, they range everywhere from the, small adjustments to maps to kind of add different physics or something new and different to the goals. Instead of just racing from one point to another, we have, for example, basketball here. I'm not terribly good at this one, totally fail. How about loading yourself up into a cannon and then seeing how far you could go? So this thing seals up right here and then just, boom. How about the same concept but a catapult? That's always fun. One that I found particularly interesting is the golf series. There's a whole bunch of maps similar to this where you basically launch your bike and then you launch yourself off. They increase the physics of you throwing yourself off the bike by a lot, obviously. And right there, gold medal, new personal record, and I am now Mr. Fantastic, which is amazing right there. Look at that, Jesus. Now I did compare this game to Gary's Mod and also gave it a little bit of Excite Bike twist, so I have to kind of deliver on that, right? How about we start with this? Ladies and gentlemen, Angry Birds Trials Edition. Not enough? Okay. How about something similar to Grand Theft Auto, like the original ones? A little top-down driving right here. Oh, here we go. This isn't even the same game. We've now gone from a motorcycle on-rails racing game to a bullet hell sorta simulator. And this is all using the Trials engine. I just downloaded this and just opened it up and now I'm playing this game. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Oh, wait, there's one more I want to show you guys actually. Yep, Amnesia. It's now a first-person horror explorer game. Kind of interesting. Not necessarily something you would expect from a motorcycle game, right? Now, the skill games may be good for a laugh or two here and there. You get some pretty interesting stuff that comes out of them. Some of you guys may be a bit more focused on the actual racing aspect itself, in which case, you guys have already seen the weird stuff that people come up with using the in-game editor prior to this. Now let's look at some of that weird stuff applied to actual racing where it kind of makes sense. I don't even know if I should say that because it doesn't always make sense. I mean, look at this. None of this actually makes sense, but you're still racing. You're not a ball moving around a map. You're not a spaceship. You're not flying a UFO. This is just straight racing. And a lot of people like me, again, are into this kind of stuff. Now you notice that this map is about 4 deep. There's room here for other players. Now I know I'm stating the obvious here, but that's because you can actually race up against other players. Now these are 3 other people that I found using the online matchmaking system. I actually streamed this the other night, and what's funny is a lot of players jump in, they're like, whoa, this is like Excite Bike Extreme. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what it is, especially looking at this. This is the kind of stuff that we all wish we could do with multiplayer Excite Bike back in the day, but just wasn't possible, or not with that game anyways. The other option, of course, is local, which allows you to play with other players, you know, like on the couch or in the house or at a party or whatever. But it's a little bit different though. It's not the competitive type of racing like you're seeing here. That one is whenever a player goes off the screen, they disappear until you cross a checkpoint, in which case they reappear again, moving at about the same speed that you are, so they kind of stay competitive there. They do get a fault for it, but it ends up being a bit more of a collaborative work or cooperative work, trying to get through different, crazy levels. So download a crazy map, and then because you have like one person at a time that's able to get through it, they could tag the next person in if they wreck or whatever, and then you end up just kind of stepping your way through these various crazy maps. It's actually kind of a cool and way different experience, the local versus the live multiplayer. Now, knowing that the custom map editor is available to everybody that owns a copy of the game, and also knowing that there's lots of people out there with way too much time on their hands, you know that you're going to be getting an endless supply of maps, and they're ranked. Of course, they have a system where you go and download them, and there's highest ranked, and then of course there's newest. So you can explore pretty much everything you want in any way that you want. Sort by name, sort by release date, sort by, of course, highest ranked and all of that. So you can kind of filter out the garbage in a very similar fashion that other community-oriented user-generated content systems are made. Let me remind you, of course, that this is a $15 game. Everything I showed you guys in the past 10 minutes, all the crazy stuff you're gonna get, the endless amounts of content you're gonna get it from custom map makers, all of this is part of a $15 package deal. This is like when Magica came out, Trine 2 came out. These are games that they offered so much for the price. It almost makes me think, why are these publishers selling games for $50 again? What am I getting out of it? It just doesn't quite make sense anymore when I could get quality games like this for such a cheap price. $15 is ridiculous. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. Again, it's available right now on the Xbox Live Arcade. You can pick it up and check it out if you want. You guys have already seen my handle in there, Phony Space SF. If you guys want to add me, feel free to go ahead and add me. If I'm on playing some Trials, then maybe we'll get into do some multiplayer, some Supercross or something like that, because I had an absolute blast playing that on the stream, playing that over the weekend. Just absolutely loved it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. I have a game that I'm going to be covering here very shortly that I think, based off of the trailer and the media that I was given prior to actually having access to the game, I believe that this could potentially be a very surprising approach to... I'm not going to give away too much. How about that? How about I just see you guys later? Bye. By the way, before I forget, happy anniversary to Casey Lou, big fan of the show, and whoever that guy is that you're with. Happy anniversary to you two guys. Bye.